Once upon a time in Scotland, there was like this battle, and Macbeth and his army won. And as he was coming back, there's like these three witches, and he was like, "Yo, Macbeth, you're gonna become Thane of Cawdor and King of Scotland." And Macbeth's like, "What?" And that's kind of weird, but also kind of hype. So Duncan, the king, decides to promote Macbeth to Thane of Cawdor, and now Macbeth's thinking like, "Yo, because I'm Thane of Cawdor, maybe I'll also become King of Scotland, so maybe I should kill King Duncan." And so they're partying at Macbeth's, and Lady Macbeth's like, Macbeth, you should maybe kill Duncan and become king. And so Macbeth starts to hallucinate a little bit, and then he ends up killing Duncan in his sleep. And because after Duncan was killed, his sons ran away, and Macbeth ended up becoming king. Now, Banquo, Macbeth's best friend, starts to get sus about Macbeth, and so Macbeth decides to get someone to kill Banquo, and but thankfully his son gets away. And Macbeth hallucinates a little bit more, and then Macbeth decides to visit. Macbeth decides to visit like the witches again, and he's having these weird visions, and they tell him to like beware of Macduff and trees moving, and that like no man born of woman can harm him, right? And so Macbeth decides to kill Macduff's family, but because Macduff wasn't in Scotland at the time, he was able to get away. And so Macduff's like, "Yo, where's my family?" And he decides to find Malcolm, which was one of Duncan's sons, to basically gather an army and then go to Scotland to fight Macbeth. And so they go to Scotland with this army, and they decided to like camouflage in trees or whatever. And so Lady Macbeth ends up killing herself, and then there's like this final showdown between Macduff and Macbeth, and Macbeth's like, "Yo, you can't harm me because no man born of woman can like kill me, harm me." And Macduff was like, "Haha, well, guess what? I was actually born of a C-section." And so then Macbeth dies, and Malcolm becomes king, and the end.